Shit, we up on X.
Yeah, we live. Open these things quick.
Open them up, bro.
There, I got them open now. I can see what's going on. I can see the live chat. What's up, people?
Welcome to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Let me hit it.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah. What's going on, people? How y'all doing today? This the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Y'all already know we're here doing something different, going live, chilling. Y'all already know. And if you don't,
do they know?
I don't know, maybe not, but I'm here with pretty deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew Kombat Jones. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What we doing here today?
We're just going to do this thing that we have dubbed. I don't know if we officially came up with anything, but we're going to call it the Ringside Renaissance Rapid Fire.
Yeah.
And we're just going to start riffing and bouncing questions. These are questions that we had thought about that we did not tell each other that we were going to ask each other. And they're just wrestling related questions and just try to get quick responses and probably trying not to put too much thought into it, I guess.
Yeah.
And see how it goes. Now, we don't know how this chat thing works, but if while we're live, if anybody wants to put in the chat
Right.
questions that they want us to answer, we could try that too. I don't know how any of this is going to fucking work, but
yeah, I don't know how. Let me just make sure I got this share.
Should I pull up the YouTube chat? Do you have the Twitter chat up, or
I do have it up. Yeah. It is like lagged a little bit, I think, but let me just figure this. Okay, here we go. I got it here. Let me repost it to my thing. There we go. Okay. All right.
we're not going to get any questions anyway, so we'll just bounce off each other. So, how you doing this morning, Kombat Jones?
I'm good. How are you? Pretty deadly, Jesse.
Fucking horrible.
Oh, why is that?
We keep having the phenomenal essence that is Pretty Deadly on SmackDown, and they can't get a fucking win. So
yeah, it's pretty sad. And that promo that they had was pretty crazy too.
Yeah, it was so good.
yeah, they were going off.
Yeah, we'll go over that in our WWE review, but I don't see how Levesque doesn't see what they have with Pretty Deadly. I saw people in the IWC saying they're glorified jobbers, and couldn't be farther from the truth.
Yeah, I went through some of the Instagram comments on that post, and people were talking a lot of smack about Pretty Deadly. I was a little upset. I almost broke out of the chains and fucking went off. But I restrained myself. Yeah.
We have to,
it's hard sometimes with the cesspools of social media.
And it's like at the end of the day, like we can't. We try to do our best not to embarrass the program when we present ourselves on social media, but at the end of the day, like, you fuck with Pretty Deadly, you're gonna get fucked with. I mean, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, you might catch something.
So this is our. We're gonna try to do a whole episode live. Usually we are blocked behind a wall of editing where we can take out some things that probably shouldn't make it to the air. So let's see how we go. I gave you some safe questions today, though, so we wouldn't get too far off the rails. But
Did you? Oh, okay.
You got something
That's
good
nice
for me?
of you. No, probably not. I got all types of random shit. So
do it. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hope everyone's doing well this morning. Hope everyone likes hanging out with us. Thank you for following us and subscribing and reaching out to us. We really enjoy all the support and all the feedback and stuff. We don't enjoy all of it. I dislike a lot of it, but thank you anyway. Thank you anyway.
Yeah. And whenever you do watch this video, we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely interact. Say something if you're out there. We know it's early, so whatever.
But across the pond, it's late, so
that's true. Yeah. Wherever you are, I guess it depends. But
put your footy pajamas on, get yourself a little nighttime tea, and hang out with the Renaissance.
The tea and crumpets. Yeah. Shout out to everybody over there.
Yeah, we've done a couple episodes with Adam from Hitting the Turnbuckle. I don't think we've ever asked him what a crumpet is.
Yeah. Definitely not. I got some questions.
Yeah. We need
about
answers,
a lot of stuff over there. Yeah.
So, good morning, Smoke. Your boy Woods just said, "What up, y'all in the chat?" Or "Good morning, y'all in the chat. What's up? How you doing?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just we're just hanging out. It's on YouTube, but we are just hanging out. We're gonna fire some questions, man. If there's some questions that you all want to ask, or if you want to answer the questions that we ask each other, that'd be really exciting too. So, of
course,
I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. People say, I think I've already said it on our last episode, that I have a monotone voice. Like, I can't fucking help this. Like, this is what the good Lord gave me.
Yeah,
I can't, there's nothing I can do about it.
You do your thing. You do your thing.
I'm trying my best.
I do what I got to do to bring the juice sometimes.
Bring it.
I already know.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I should have gotten an energy drink. I really could have brought it then.
I'm trying to get like a little device, some type of device with sound effects on it or something. Just to put next to the microphone and play. I keep looking at like Five Below or like all these stores when I go to find something cheap for some cheap thrills. But
well, I don't know. I have my little organ accordion keyboard thing that I like to break out for our WWE reviews. I don't have it currently, so we're gonna have to make do without it. So
fair enough.
All right, so I'm gonna rapid fire some a question to you. You ready for this one?
Okay. All right.
What male superstar, if you had to? No, I'm just playing. I deleted that one. So
shit.
Kombat Jones. This is gonna help us for interviewing in the future too. We're interviewing each other.
Okay.
Hey, Red Carpet Ring. How you doing today? Thank you for hanging out with us. Kombat Jones. Who was your childhood absolute favorite wrestler, and who is your favorite wrestler today? And why?
My childhood favorite wrestler?
Yeah, growing up, you know.
Well, it was that's like a hard question because at first it was Hulk Hogan, and then it was definitely The Undertaker. And it was probably The Undertaker for the longest time, mixed with like Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. And then of course it was Stone Cold. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah.
I think anybody growing up in the 90s, if you don't say Stone Cold Steve Austin was one of your favorites, you're just lying to yourself. I mean,
right. But as a kid, it was definitely like The Undertaker. Like, yeah, kid, like real young.
Rosewood.
Yeah. And now it's CM Punk.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's not a, surprise or anything.
Yeah. I threw a meatball down the middle of the plate for you to knock it out of the park on that one. So.
What about you?
Oh man, Smoke Wood says his was Rey Mysterio because he could relate to him. That's real cool.
Okay.
Apparently you're 5'1" and weigh 120 pounds, but uh, yeah. So wrestlers we could relate. Growing up, Stone Cold Steve Austin, obviously. I loved Mick Foley. He was one of my favorites. I don't know. Macho Man Randy Savage was a big one
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now one of my, currently one of my favorite wrestlers. See, I didn't get to appreciate Roddy Piper in his prime until I started
Yeah.
diving into history and stuff. So like as a child,
Right.
like he wasn't um my favorite, but now he is one of my favorites. But today, all around, I have to say one of my top, if not my top favorite, is the tag team Pretty Deadly. No, I'm just playing. Currently, right now, one of my favorite superstars to watch is Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
I'm so
you
into
gotta go
everything he's
against
doing.
what I'm saying.
No.
No, I get it. I agree.
Drew McIntyre is just doing awesome work, and it's because of CM Punk, and
Yeah, all of them. Yeah,
LA Knight. I love LA Knight now. But if I had to pick one, I would have to say Drew McIntyre. He is. And MJF, if we'll be unbiased and go to AEW. MJF, as far as AEW goes, is the
right.
cream of the crop for me, brother.
Oh, for sure. Um, yeah, like you spoke about like Roddy Piper and like being a kid and like not appreciating them as much. I feel like there was like a lot of wrestlers back then that I thought were like boring when I was like real young that I didn't like really pay attention to, that now like I appreciate much more
Yeah.
because you understand it differently, you know.
Yeah. There's just different aspects that I didn't appreciate when I was a kid.
Right.
Just like Ultimate Warrior. When I saw Ultimate Warrior when I was a kid, I was like, this is the greatest. And I look back, I'm like,
Exactly.
this dude stinks. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not that great.
Exactly. All right.
What you got, Combat?
Ooh. Okay. So you got if you could take one wrestler from WWE right now and one wrestler from AEW right now and open the forbidden door and it was a pay-per-view, who would the match be?
Who would the match be? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a little bit different
Yeah.
than the I had a similar question until you just said that. Uh boy, that's a
Dream
good one.
match.
Dream match. Uh I would have, like realistically, I'd have to say like Kenny Omega
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like a Drew McIntyre. That would be pretty. I think that would be put on a
Ooh.
pretty good match. That would be pretty intense and high hitting. But the mark in me, right?
Yeah.
If we can open the forbidden door, we would have to see it. It would have to be Jack Perry and CM Punk. Like
Oh, yeah.
that would have to be the match. I mean,
Could you imagine the promos for that? Like,
oh man.
or just the fuckery? Like, oh my god.
Being able to do business, or I could even say Kenny Omega and CM Punk. I think that if I think they were looking to put their differences aside and kind of have a program in AEW, and they would have probably had some really great matches together. So Omega and
Right.
CM Punk, but I would have, the mark in me is going to say Jack Perry and CM Punk.
Yeah, Kenny Omega and a lot of people would be sick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Kenny Omega's style is great for WWE. Too bad he never made it there.
Yeah. Do you think he will ever?
No, I think he's in the back nine of his career.
Yeah. And he hasn't even been doing anything lately either. He hasn't even been there.
He's got the diverticulitis.
Yeah.
Let's have the battle for diverticulitis. Kenny Omega against Brock Lesnar.
Oh, did Brock Lesnar have diverticulitis?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Actually, a fun fact here. So in Fight Forever, the F5, the move the F5, they have like that graphic that you can use it with or make it for a creator wrestler, and it's called diverticulitis.
Really?
Yeah, I think kind of like a rib to Brock Lesnar, and then Kenny Omega ends up getting it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I never made a wrestler in Fight Forever.
I never played it, but I've heard online.
I played it a little bit, but
you
it's been a
didn't
while.
Fight Forever.
No, I definitely didn't. They got more people in there now to play
Yeah.
with too. You know,
Yeah, for $9.99 you can have
two
scissor
people
with
a
the
month.
Acclaim too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So who would be your dream match if the Forbidden Door was open?
Oh man, I don't know. Uh, I guess we're gonna take MJF.
Okay.
MJF or like Darby Allin.
Ooh.
MJF against the tribal chief Roman Reigns.
Oh
How-
man, oh man. Could you imagine the promos leading up
that
to that?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I want to see what MJF has to say about like Roman Reigns.
Oh my god.
Or could you imagine? Oh,
Here we
MJF and John Cena
Oh yeah.
in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Like
And they're both from like the same area, like, like Long Island, Massachusetts
Boston.
type area.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whew. Because John Cena would be able to like throw it back at MJF for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those the mic battles between those two would just be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I love how Tony Khan went from saying that WWE's like are we gonna get flagged on YouTube? The Harvey Weinstein of wrestling, and then
Yeah,
afterwards
yeah.
says he would like to do a collaboration with them in the future. Like, I think that's pretty funny, but
Well, you see what they said now too. I don't know if it's true. It's probably a bunch of bullshit, but they think Vince McMahon is gonna try to buy AEW or like.
ooh.
Can you imagine? You kicked me out of my company. Now I'm coming for you with this one. Like, I don't. Even if he did buy it, I don't think it's still gonna. He's not gonna turn it into what that is.
He's just lost touch. I mean,
Realistically, he doesn't have the time to do it either. He doesn't have 30 years to.
right. And if you think about it, like, look at where like late like 2018, 2019 WWE was under the veil of Vince McMahon, like, and how terrible it was. So like he's
Right.
gonna buy AEW and just turn it into that. I bet you a lot of those wrestlers would just walk at that point. So
Yeah, agreed.
so KJ, so what wrestler from the 90s?
Mm-hmm.
We'll say the 90s, because that was kind of like the the Attitude Era, all this different stuff. WCW, WWE, anywhere across the board. But I'll just say the 90s because that's what I typed up. What
Mhm.
wrestler from the 90s do you think would thrive in today's wrestling?
Ooh, from the 90s. Shit.
If they were like in their prime, like, not like, The Rock was from the 90s and he's around now, but I'm saying like their prime, like,
Oh, that's like not around now. Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh god, that's a good question. Oh, let us know in the comments what you think.
I'm bringing the heat today.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
You
God,
wanted the juice, you got the juice.
freaking Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a cop out, an easy one, I guess. God.
Do you think, like, this is where I was going when I thought of the question. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, you good. Yeah.
Like Mick Foley, like prime Mick Foley in AEW right now, the way they're just car crash, hardcore matches and stuff. Like,
Okay.
imagine, like, okay, obviously the size differential, but like him against Darby Allin, like the way they both just like have no regard for their body and like just would just fucking.
I guess AEW could use New Jack too, right? I think they already had that with Nick Cage though, but Gage.
Yeah, that's a one-off.
Yeah, so maybe not.
I think Eddie Guerrero would thrive in like an AEW, like today's AEW. Like
yeah, that's true.
Eddie Guerrero, but that's like 2000s more. But like
Razor Ramon would be cool to
Yeah.
think about, and like WWE nowadays, somewhat, I think he would get over possibly. The Dudley Boys, obviously,
they'd kill it.
Yeah, they'd still be good.
The only problem with that is there's a weak tag division all across wrestling right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They would own everybody. Yeah, who are they gonna battle with? They'd need freaking 5 more good tag teams in both companies for that.
Yeah, I mean, obvious dream matches like Bret Hart against Bryan Danielson would be fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah, Bret Hart would be good. The only problem with Bret Hart nowadays is like the move sets, and that's like the problem. Like I'm thinking of like a lot of wrestlers, and it's like if they were in today's way of doing things, like Bret Hart's only finisher was like the sharpshooter. Really, I mean, he did like a pile driver, right? Sometimes,
hmm
sorta. That was like his finisher, but
Yeah, a lot of
nowadays,
surprise roll ups.
exactly, yeah, and like even Shawn Michaels, like that one super kick, like how many would he have it if Shawn Michaels in WWE today? Would he do like 10 super kicks a match and then have a different finisher?
Yeah, that sounds like a Young Bucks match.
You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like any match a lot now, and even in WWE with super kicks, though they kick each other all the time. You know,
Yeah, yeah, lost its
NXT too.
validity.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels should team up with the Young Bucks and be called the Old Buck.
I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Yeah, triple super kick. It's already been done. But yeah.
What do we got?
Yeah. What's your favorite, best wrestling event you've ever attended?
Mm. This one's tough because I've never really attended much like main roster, like
Okay.
main events. I know you've been to a lot of them. I've been to a lot of indie shows.
Yeah.
Like I've attended a lot of indie shows.
What's your favorite one you've been to? If you could go back and go watch it again and go back to that day and relive that day again, which one would it be?
There's a couple. So I got one was years and years ago. I went and watched Top Rope Promotions. They're based out of Massachusetts, and
Hmm.
they came and did they were doing like a fundraiser for like a local hockey youth team in Saranac Lake, New York, and it was really fun just because I got to like get in the ring and like hit the ropes and like
Right.
I climbed up on the ropes and they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, fuck you. And I just did it. And like, so like the matches were kind of lackluster, but like the experience was really cool. But I
Right.
went to a NEW New England or Northeast Wrestling uh, event. It
Hmm.
was in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yep.
And it was called like Prison Break or something like that was the name of the event. And they had the main event was John Moxley and Pentagon Jr. before he
Yep.
changed his name. And then they had um oh my god, I can't remember who was their tag team partners, but David Arquette wrestled. He
That's
was in a
awesome.
tag team match. It was David Arquette and somebody against Jerry the King Lawler and somebody. I can't remember who their tag team partners were. But
Oh
it was cool to
man.
see Jerry the King Lawler there wrestling and David Arquette. It was the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus against Private Party. Um, and just a fun vibe, like the whole because that's when AEW was first coming out. And
Hmm.
oh shit, that's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, so mine was when AEW was first coming out. This is like they were like literally. I don't think they even been on TV yet. I don't think they even had Dynamite yet.
Right.
So like at the end, John Moxley was like promoting AEW and stuff, but like Darby Allin wrestled and he was like the NEW champion at that
Hmm.
time. Like he was still wrestling for that company and was still the champion. So yeah, it was just a really cool. It was just the atmosphere. The atmosphere was really cool. I love independent shows. I love small venues. I think they're fun. I've been to a lot of Ring of Honor events that were a lot of fun.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I went to
Yeah.
Ring of Honor. Oh yeah, I saw. Oh boy, I'm not even gonna get into all the matches, but I've seen
Where
like
were they? Were they all at different places or were they all at the same place?
up in Montreal. There was
Oh,
like
okay.
it wasn't like no big venue in Montreal. It was in like a mall. It was like weird, but it
Oh,
had its own like amphitheater, not amphitheater, but like little
yeah, yeah, yeah,
arena
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
And yeah, I'd seen like Tyler Black before he became Seth Rollins. I saw the American Dragon Bryan Danielson there. I saw Nigel McGuinness wrestle,
Hmm.
Kevin Steen, El Generico, even like old stars like Jerry Lynn. I saw him wrestle. Kenny Omega before he became big. You know, he was like only been in wrestling a couple years when I saw him wrestle.
That must have been like the era, like right after CM Punk left Ring of Honor, somewhat. Then, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
2006, I think, 2007.
Okay. Yeah. So that's like not far after a couple
Yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
So it
man,
was a
that's
lot of
cool.
fun. It was a lot of fun. It was just interesting because I at the time my friend was a big Ring of Honor fan. I didn't really know Ring of Honor, but I just knew that I
Yeah.
wasn't 21, but I could go up there and drink in Canada at 18. So it's like, let's fucking go. And I'd just go get hammered and watch these
That's
events.
awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
That's the thing about like growing up. I didn't, well, we didn't have the internet and all that stuff unless you knew people that knew about all these things. We knew about like the backyard wrestling
yeah,
videotapes and stuff like, and ECW. ECW was very fringe,
yeah,
even for us back then to like
yep.
get stuff like that. So that was like our Ring of Honor or stuff to watch that was hard to get. Like Ring of Honor and all that stuff, forget it. That was like impossible for us, especially not
Hmm.
really having cable TV and growing up in that type of area, in a
Yeah,
bigger city. Yeah.
Ring of Honor was crazy too. It was all like DVDs. Like you would go to an event and they would have like 50 different DVDs like from different events, and you can buy every like I have the event that I went to in Montreal on DVD. Like
Really?
you could see
Okay.
me high-fiving Jerry Lynn in the crowd and shit. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, like every event they would have, it wouldn't like they would just make a DVD of it and sell it, you know. So
I think a lot of them are on their like website and line now still.
yeah, they probably still in the library or whatever. So
Yeah.
so what was your favorite event you went to? I think I know this one, but
Oh, do you? Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I got a couple. I like my favorite one, like that I remember was in recent history was the Elimination Chamber in Montreal.
mhm.
Because it was Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and it was the loudest one I've been to. Like definitely the craziest for sure.
Yeah, that pop for Sammy must have been wild.
Yeah, and it was good. Edge was there too. I think Edge wrestled. It was like a mixed tag match with him and Beth, his wife or whatever, Beth Phoenix or whatever, and I can't remember who they wrestled. But yeah, it was good because of that match, right?
Hmm.
I think it was Brock Lesnar and somebody else too. Bobby Lashley was it or something like that? I forget. Jeez,
Oh, yeah, that was the one leading up to like Bray Wyatt was trying to because Bray Wyatt was supposed to interfere or something and like because he was like messing with Bobby Lashley and then he got sick or something like that, right? I mean,
yeah, I don't even think it was like a full match of what happened. I'd have to look that up. Damn, yeah. Of course, the one like I went to as a kid, a couple I went to when I was younger, like two
yep.
or three, and but I don't remember as much. I remember being there. I remember seeing like all the big names. So I guess if I could go back and like relive that one now, I would, so I could take it in more
Right.
because that's what like I really appreciated like the last few that I went to, like the pay-per-views. Like I was like, wow, I'm real grateful to be able to be here, And that's the one thing like I wish I could go to like more independent shows that I want to go to more like bigger independent shows to see that type of stuff too.
Yeah, independent shows are a lot of fun. Like I said, I've been to a few Raws. I don't think I've been to a pay-per-view, I don't think. But
Yeah. Some of the independent shows like when AEW was starting off were like on fire
yeah.
because there was crossing back and forth between them. And like right, Cody was at him, Darby was at him, MJF was at him, like everybody was at him. Lucha brought like a lot of them in the Northeast too, over here.
Yeah. You didn't
So
know who was going to show up. That was the thing we did when I went to
Moxley,
that yeah, when I went to that
yeah,
NEW um event, there was like rumors that different people were going to be there, and it was just like, oh, like is Kenny Omega going to show? Because like I said, they were promoting Dynamite, it hadn't even started yet, so
Right.
it was like, oh boy, is the Bucks going to show up? Is Omega going to show up? Like you just didn't know, and like then I believe Ray Phoenix had some like travel problems, so like the owner of NEW came out and was like, oh, you know, Ray Phoenix can't make it, but we made a call and we have a surprise replacement for him. So we're like, oh my god, it's fucking Omega, and it wasn't. It was Matt Taven, but you know,
Oh,
it is what it is. So
he likes those independent shows.
yeah. What is one of the biggest name like the most popular or like biggest at the heights, like you know, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin or a Rock or somebody like
Mm-hmm.
main event wrestler in history that you just couldn't stand? Like everybody was on board with him, and you just
Oh,
couldn't do it.
jeez. I don't freaking know.
When someone was champion, you were like, why the fuck is this guy champion?
Oh, jeez, I can't say it now because Jinder Mahal. Come on, like yeah. Like
I gotcha.
in the most recent history, I guess. AEW Hangman Adam Page
Mm-hmm.
before even all the drama.
Yeah, it was too much. I think. Yeah, I'll tell you who I didn't like. I didn't like Yokozuna
No,
as champion. No.
okay,
I was very, I don't know. I thought it was very quickly pushed. And then on the flip side of that, I didn't like Hulk Hogan's winning the championship at WrestleMania 9 from Yokozuna. When he became champion, I was so pissed because
yeah. Brett
Yokozuna
got
beat
screwed.
Bret Hart, and then
Yeah.
and then Hulk Hogan came out, and I was like, fuck Hulk Hogan. Like everybody
Pretty
was so
sure
excited.
it's Goldberg's fault that kick for some reason. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goldberg was another one too. I never really got the Goldberg hype. Like
Yeah, I mean, we always heard about people talking about it and how it was so great and his streak and all that, but
yeah, I wasn't a huge WCW guy, so like maybe I just didn't get it, but
right.
I was never when Goldberg, everybody was all wearing Goldberg shirts and talking about it. I'm like, he's in the ring 46 seconds. Like what?
I was never a big Brock Lesnar fan either.
No, until
Honestly, like I didn't even like the second run. Like I hated
No.
it, honestly. Like I was so happy when Seth Rollins beat him. Like I'm so much more happy with Roman Reigns being a part-time champion than like Brock Lesnar was.
Okay.
Yeah. And he just did the same moves every time. I mean, I get it. He's a beast. The fucking guy is huge. And, I respect that. But and then the whole Kofi Kingston thing, too. Like,
What about the Great Khali?
was he champion?
Yeah, he was world heavyweight champion. Yeah.
Oh, man.
With all those feuds with Batista. Batista was another one I wasn't too big on.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Batista. Yeah. No, not at all. Nope.
Sorry, but he's a great actor. I ain't going to take it away from him.
But the power bomb, like, come on. A power bomb. Even like Jeff Hardy had it and it was cool and he deserved it over time. And like the people were behind him, but it didn't it wasn't face of the company type of champion stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a lot like that,
Yeah, Liv Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Wow. She's the face of Hustler.
She's got her face buried somewhere.
I'm sure there's a lot of like champions throughout like the 90s that held it for a little while too. Stuff like that were like,
Yeah, WCW. I don't know. In WCW, there was some like when Benoit won it in WCW, I wasn't a big fan of his. I was a big fan of his in WWF, but when he won it in WCW, it was short lived too because he wanted to leave. But yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of like Ric Flair's later title runs, I just wasn't a big fan of. Just thought they were putting it on him because of politics, but
right.
I don't know.
Okay. When's the moment, if you can remember? Because we both started. You got me into AEW. You told me all about it.
Mhm.
I'll give you the credit there. Sorry.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And you loved it, and we kind of. I still watched a WWE at that time, but I don't think you were watching as much.
Nope.
No. What's the time, if you can remember or try to think about it, that AEW started to become not cool again for you?
So yeah, so for all those
That it turned you off. That you're just like, what the hell is going on? I love
for,
this, and now
for all the AEW faithful that say I just trash AEW, like there was a time when I wouldn't even watch WWE. I was just all AEW all the time.
the tribalism was real.
Yeah, I was very tribalistic.
It was fair though. WWE
Yeah.
sucked somewhat. Yeah,
It just bothered me.
yeah.
Uh, I and I hate this feels like a cop out, but when Cody Rhodes left, I feel like
Okay.
when Cody left, when they did the whole thing where he came out and he was like, "I'm not turning heel," and then I think him and Sammy had like a ladder match for the TNT title, and
Mm-hmm.
if I felt like he was just on his way out the door. I just knew he was on his way out the door, and it just kind of ruined it for me because as much as I wasn't like a big Cody fan, like I was an Omega fan and at one time a Young Bucks fan,
Right.
a Hangman fan, but Cody to me felt like the odd man out. But then when he was the odd man out, I felt sympathetic to him, and it just didn't have the same feeling. I think when he once he left, it just hasn't had the same feeling.
Right.
And one specific match, and this is like the match when, and it wasn't even the finish was fucking horrible, but the exploding barbed wire death match between Omega and Moxley.
Okay.
um
Yeah. So
the
COVID times.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
finish was fucking horrible, obviously, but um like why do we need an exploding barbed wire death match? And like it
Yeah.
just didn't feel, I don't know, everything about it seemed very forced and very much I don't know, I just didn't feel it. And as soon as when that happened, and then the finish obviously with the sparklers and the smoke machines, and uh Eddie Kingston had to act dead even though nothing happened, and I was like, all right, they jumped the shark on this one.
You got to play the exploding barbed wire death match on AEW Fight Forever.
Oh, they
Oh,
have one.
oh boy, yeah, it's extravagant. No,
No, really?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of stupid, but
Just like the actual match was.
yeah, the idea of it was cool. I was like, oh my god, what's about to happen here? And I'm like, this is it. What the hell?
When did it go downhill for you?
So I remember you'd be like, this sucks, and I'm like, I'm watching this. This is I love, now, you got me into
this.
you got me into this, and now it sucks, you asshole. Like, I still like this. Like, what is like? I don't know. God, it was way after that. Like, it was way after even Full Gear, after MJF uh won the championship. I feel like somewhere in between there is when it kind of fell off more for me, and it
Yeah.
kind of got worse and worse. I think like Rampage, when that started to go downhill. What's up, RJ? What's up?
Oh
Shout out to
shit.
Brooklyn Power Trip. Yeah, AEW started to go downhill, of course, when like Rampage, the numbers started to decline. And then Punk came back and like it kind of got me rejuvenated a little bit, but then I kind of saw how it was going on Collision. And then after that, and after All In, I'll say after All In is when
Well,
I like really
yeah.
started to feel like, what the hell?
They did your
And
boy dirty.
they did my boy dirty. Yeah. And then just like the booking of the matches too. Like,
Yeah. Do you feel like, okay, so this is what I feel like happened to AEW when they first started? Everything was just like a unit, and everything like worked, and kind of, even though it was its own little different thing, everything kind of flowed together. But I
right.
feel like everybody just throws their own ideas in the hat, and they just, so nothing like makes sense and nothing flows, or like continuity wise,
Right.
like what we saw in Dynamite last week. Like somebody attacks somebody else in the ring and just beats the shit out of them, and they're just getting the shit beat out of them. But then the next match, someone's getting the shit beat out of them, and 30 security guards come out and break it up. Like, why didn't those security guards come out so like the writing and the continuity just doesn't make sense to me. And I live in a world of reality, apparently. So
Yeah, it might have been like that at first too, and we just didn't even
we
care.
just didn't know.
Like
We just didn't
I don't know. I mean, and they had so many good people at first, like different people I had never heard of, more independent people that aren't even there anymore. But then they started doing so good, and everybody just wanted to keep coming. And they just kept signing, and like they didn't put a cap on it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It just they spread themselves so thin, almost in a way, like on so many fronts. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, it's not good to spread yourself thin and keep coming. It doesn't work out. But
start shooting blanks.
Yeah. So like all these other, like you said, all these big name guys came with their ideas, and I think instead of Tony Khan kind of reining it all in, just let all of the ideas flow, and then
Right.
you have a problem with the AEW originals. Like, well, what about our ideas? And then they kind of pushed back, and
Right.
I think there's a way it can be saved, but it's just time will
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
All right. So this was posted on our X the other day, and I ran out of ideas for questions for a minute. So,
Okay.
what was your who was the one person that never won the world championship, WWE, WCW, whatever, at the time that you really wanted to see win the championship?
That never won the
That
championship.
never won the world heavyweight championship, or like the WWF championship, or even the WWE championship today.
Jeez. Back in the day, I have to go. Unbelievable. The Patriot.
Yes.
You
thought he was going to beat Bret Hart back in '97?
Yeah, a little bit. I was kind of disappointed with that one, but it probably wouldn't have went so well if he did, because I don't know who that is anymore. Jeez, I'm freaking A. Scotty Too Hottie. No.
Grandmaster Sexay.
Yeah. Was Rikishi ever the champion? He was right?
Not. Nope.
He wasn't? Oh,
Nope.
okay. He got close.
Yeah, he was in that heavyweight championship picture when he ran over Stone Cold with the car, but he never won it.
Oh man, I'd have to go through pay-per-views now to look. I can't remember and think of any that didn't become it. But there's so many. There's got to be, right?
This is my top 2 right here.
Okay, thank
you.
you.
3. I'll say 3. Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
And Owen Hart.
Oh yeah. That's true.
I knew as soon as it said Owen Hart, you would agree with that one.
Well, he was what? Intercontinental.
Yeah, and European.
Europe. Okay. Yeah. Yep. European Intercontinental. Never. Yep. Do you think he would have ever got to the point where he would have won it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that fantasy booking. I think that when he did the Blue Blazer thing, when he ended up dying in the ring and stuff, I think that was kind of leading to a different. It was kind of just a small little thing he was doing. And I think once Stone Cold became champion, there was a lot of money to be made between Stone Cold and Owen Hart.
Okay.
Because Owen Hart broke Stone Cold's neck in the Intercontinental title feud. So I think they would have revisited that. And I think they would have swapped the title back and forth a little bit. He probably wouldn't have had a lengthy run. But
man. That's
imagine
good.
what could have been.
What about Mabel? God. Viscera.
Big Daddy V.
Gangrel.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you're going way out there. Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's a list of them that could have. Well, Mabel became King Mabel, and I think they were kind of trying to.
Yeah.
Do you hear there was a rumor that when Undertaker started the Ministry of Darkness, he wanted to have Mabel be in it just because he never wanted to fight him? Because he's terrible in the ring, so he wanted him to be in his stable so he never had to wrestle him.
That's too much weight coming down on you. Right?
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, man. That's a good question. I'm going to have to revisit.
There's a lot of
Fist.
them. If you look back, like Dustin
Yeah,
Rhodes, like why Dustin Rhodes never
that's
won a
true.
world title. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's wild to me. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall never won a world title, like in a
Yeah,
major
I was gonna
promotion.
say Razor Ramon. I was
Yeah,
gonna say Razor Ramon, of course. He may have at some point later on if he would have stayed in WWE, right?
yeah, I believe he would have.
Yeah. Um. hmm.
But everything they were doing in WCW, just tossing the title around to see who could fit with it and stuff. And Kevin Nash had a few runs with it. Like I'm surprised they never put it on Scott Hall.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Who's liking our post? Oh, what's up, Monty? What's up?
Monty.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let me see what I got here. Who's your favorite woman wrestler of all time? And you can leave Liv Morgan out of it.
Oh no, I would. Um, favorite women's wrestler of all time.
There.
Not
You like
not
getting
like
put
who
on
I
the
thought,
spot?
not like who I
Yeah.
thought was the best, just my favorite.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I honestly think Rhea Ripley is probably the greatest women's wrestler of all time, or she will be.
Mm.
I think Rhea Ripley in ring, mic skills, the way she sells stuff, her facial expressions when she sells stuff.
Think she's gonna outdo Charlotte Flair?
Yeah, I think Charlotte's very
She just
just
has
like
the
me.
accolades at this point, right?
Right, right. I
Yeah.
just on the mic and stuff, I just don't think she doesn't do it for me. I think Rhea's probably going to be the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites, I love Mickey James.
Okay.
When Mickey James was big, I was a big Mickey James fan. Whew, that's a tough one. A lot of people would probably say China. I thought China sucked in the ring. R.I.P. to China, but yeah,
Yeah.
Mickey James. I really like Bailey. I think Bailey's very good and very underrated. Um, boy, I really like what Chris Statlander does, but I don't think she'll ever
Mm-hmm.
reach heights.
Right.
Um, the best women's wrestler right now, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, I think, are
Yeah.
without a doubt the top two. Yeah. If I had a gun to my head, I would say shoot me. No, I would say yeah, probably like a Mickey James.
Yeah.
AJ Lee was pretty good. I think she was a little bit small, kind of, but like
Yeah.
small wrestlers make it. So AJ was pretty good.
For that time, yeah, she was the best at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's the one that started breaking out of the whole divas thing and more into like women's wrestling thing. So
Yeah, China was like very
robotic in the ring.
green. Yeah, for sure. Like you would say, like stat. Yeah.
Yeah, she was very stiff. We'll say that. I agree. Statlander needs to go to the performance center and fucking grow.
I think she'd do good.
I think
Seems
she did
like
really well.
Jade is kind of on like a standstill right now,
I think she did all right. That was like last week was like her first singles match, I think, in WWE. I'm pretty sure.
huh? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, because she was in the Rumble and then she
Right.
was in like a couple like triple threats, and then mostly it's been the tag team since then. So,
I don't know if the reports were real that were coming out being like that they're kind of not happy with how she's been and they're kind of holding her back now a little bit because they don't think she's improved much and all blah blah blah. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if you saw that, but there was some reports coming out that saying sources blah blah blah. Yeah.
yeah, everybody's got a fucking source. You notice that?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like my goodness, dude. Everybody's got a fucking source, but nobody will disclose who their sources are.
Yeah, but I think, Statlander would be good in WWE. I think she could kind of fit that mold too.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
I feel like AEW they have this slogan where the best wrestle, but like the people that are on top, well, Swerve's pretty good. I'm not gonna say anything like that, but like Mercedes Moné is not the fucking bet. Like, look at that women's division and people they have in that women's division. You have her holding one of your titles. Like,
Right.
uh, you have that slogan, we're the best wrestle, but the best don't hold the champion. Jack Perry's the TNT fucking champion right now. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of underwhelming, a lot of the stuff going on.
yeah, we're the
For
best
sure.
wrestle, but never hold titles. So,
Yeah.
who are we on? You or me?
You, I guess. I got a bunch more. I can just like quick
Oh,
shout
we're
out
good.
to
Okay,
when we
okay.
get going.
Don't think about it. Just answer it. Questions. Is that,
I mean, or yeah, well, you can explain it if you want.
yeah. Okay.
But
So, what WWE star do you think would, if they went to AEW, would like move the needle? Like, we have all these big signings. Everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's going," and the ratings don't really seem to reflect that. But if
Yeah.
there's one person, guy or girl, that you think would go over there and like really like move the needle and
doesn't
raise
matter
up their value,
how old they are. John Cena.
you think so? Yeah.
So, who would? People were saying Drew McIntyre was going to go there for a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think his name is big enough. I think they need like a name that transcends like entertainment
Yeah.
more than just wrestling to like bring people over. CM Punk had so much people talking. You know, his name was just out there always,
Mm-hmm.
even when he hadn't wrestled for 7 years or whatever it was at that point. John Cena, I mean, Cody Rhodes went, of course. It would kind of be big, but I don't. At now it would be Roman Reigns,
Yeah, Roman would be a big one.
right?
Yeah, and he's got they got the schedule over there that he likes, that once a week.
Yeah, that's true.
A
Yeah.
lot of people are saying like Becky Lynch was going to AEW. Like, I don't think that would move the needle very much. I mean,
No, I mean, well, look what's happened with like Paige.
yeah,
You know, look what's happened with Mercedes Moné, like
Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho. Like I popped when she first came out. I was excited for her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew she's not like top 5 greatest. You know what I'm saying? Wrestlers, but like her character and like the whole lead up to it was cool,
Yeah.
and just the whole rancid thing too. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
but seeing her arranged, you'd have to think, yeah, exactly. You'd have to have a big name, somebody that really moves it. Shane McMahon,
Yeah.
Shane
Jesus
O'Mac,
Christ.
baby. Yeah,
You think
I want to
Shane
see.
O'Mac would move that needle?
No, I want to see Shane wrestle Darby in a hardcore match.
Oh man, could you imagine that? He fucking blew his ACL just trying to do a leapfrog in WrestleMania. Do you imagine Shane O'Mac in a match now? Jesus Christ.
Who do you think? You got anybody else?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, Roman Reigns, obviously. If
Yeah.
Roman Reigns and like Seth Rollins both went and they like reformed like a new Shield over there, I think that would get a lot of buzz. But that'd be more than one guy.
Yeah, Seth Rollins could do something over there, I guess. But
Yeah.
still, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just, I think that there's
Like I
like you
know the
said,
AEW fans would pop for it, but would it raise the audience? Like, would they go over 1 million again, or hit 2 million, or something like that for a debut?
yeah, yeah. Well,
Nah.
and the thing with that too is, like you said, it would have to be somebody that transcends
The Rock.
business.
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, you know,
yeah.
Edge didn't do it.
Spoiler alert to all you fans out there. Oh yeah, Copeland didn't do it. Yeah. But spoiler alert, Ricochet is not gonna fucking move the needle. I'm sorry, but
No, he
we can
might
all
have
have
some
our,
good match, but you know,
right, and we can all have our personal favorites that we love and appreciate for various reasons. But like realistically thinking, like if they think Ricochet is gonna go and like,
right?
I mean, come on.
Yeah. All right. So they booked. Let's say that they finally booked, and it happened. Undertaker versus Sting. What happens? Who wins?
It would be a double DQ after Hulk Hogan comes out and hits both of them with the chair.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
I don't. I think that Undertaker would go over
Yeah.
because if it was to be booked, it would be in WWE, and I don't think there'd be any way, even with Triple H in charge, I don't think there would have been any way that they would have the hometown. Undertaker is WWF. Like,
Right.
I mean, you had Hogan. He went to WCW. Stone Cold started in WCW and kind of had a name for himself.
Let's say it's in the Tokyo Dome for New
Oh,
Japan.
neutral.
Sting versus Taker. The American Badass versus the Crow Sting.
Jesus. Blade Runner Rock against Mean Mark Calloway.
Let us know in the comments. Sting
Yeah.
versus The Undertaker. Who wins? Neutral.
Now, I think if it's like egos and they had to like almost like sit down and like work it out, I think Undertaker would put Sting over.
Yeah?
I think ego-wise, Undertaker would do the job. But
He's going to tap out to the Scorpion Death.
could you imagine Undertaker tapping out for the
How many
first time?
times has Undertaker ever tapped out?
I don't think he ever has.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he has. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Undertaker has to win it though.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, he would have.
It's
to.
almost like a good thing it never happened, right?
Yeah,
Everybody
so.
Yeah.
I think that at the end of the day, I think that sometimes these dream matches are best left being dream matches.
Yeah.
Like leave it to what could have been,
Like if
instead
we
of
got a
having it-
face to face in a Royal Rumble or something, or like a run in, or like maybe them teaming up, like a tag team
Mhm.
would
Oh,
have
wow.
been Sting and the Undertaker. What would you call that tag team? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Dead Scorpion. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Hell in a Cell or Elimination Chamber?
What do I like more?
Yeah.
Oh, Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
doubt about it. Especially like the new rendition of the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I think the original version of it was pretty cool, but too many people were getting hurt. So Hell in the
Yeah.
Cells has had a lot of classics. When you look back at the Elimination Chamber, which one is you like? Oh, that's an all-time classic.
No, none of them really. I don't know. What you think of like the one with like Shawn Michaels or something like that? Like, because I don't even know all of them off the top of my head that I can think of.
Nah,
Right.
That first one that Shawn won was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the only one can really think of that was memorable in any way.
What's your favorite finisher of all time?
Oh, my favorite finisher of all time. Submission or finisher, doesn't matter which one.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, the Stone Cold Stunner was amazing.
Yeah.
The go to sleep is low on my list. I really don't like the go to sleep. I think it's corny.
Yeah, I don't think it's that great.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's really depends how it's sold too. Like the knee really has to connect to the head good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it doesn't and it looks like it hits the shoulder, it's not great. Yeah.
I think the One Wing Angel is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think that one's overrated a little bit.
You think so? Yeah.
Well, just because how it's like nobody's ever kicked out or barely ever kicked out of it. Like, I don't think it's a bad finisher, but
what about the Rainmaker?
Yeah, that sucks. Buckshot Lariat sucks.
Sucks.
Clothesline from Hell was good back in the day because it turned people inside out, and people didn't always go inside out a lot. Now they go inside out for all the time,
Yeah. Bradshaw would take his lariat and turn other men inside out with it.
Imagine him facing. Imagine the APA against the gates of anal, getting turned inside out. The gates of agony.
Yeah, the
AKA.
dynamic dick's a good finisher. The stink face.
Yeah.
I liked when like the Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop was fucking beautiful. I mean, there's nothing special about it, but just that he just landed it so perfectly.
Yeah.
I was really big on that. What was your favorite musical performance at a wrestling event? Like when you saw it, you were just like, "Oh, this is cool."
I think Triple H may have had the best one
with Motorhead.
Yeah. Degeneration X when they did theirs was pretty great.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, that's what I'm thinking of. I know there's probably something more.
I liked Rancid and AEW when they sang Ruby Soho out because I didn't know they were going to be there.
Right.
So they never I don't think they ever announced it. So them doing it, and Rancid's one of my favorite bands. So that was really cool. Ready? I got one for you.
Okay.
The 1998 SummerSlam. The Oddities came out to the ring, and Insane Clown Posse debuted, sang their song coming out to the ring. I was fucking hyped when I was a kid.
No, I liked it. It was good.
It was fun.
I thought it was
so
cool.
Fun.
It was fun. The Oddities. What
about WrestleMania 11 when Lawrence Taylor came out and Salt and Pepper sang?
Oh, yeah.
What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Oh, banger.
Yeah, banger. I agree. That was great.
A lot of
There's been a lot of good ones. Yeah.
I didn't I didn't really like Rhea Ripley's. Didn't really care for that too much.
I don't think that was one of the worst ones. This is my brutality. Not doing it today.
I just don't really like that. Not doing it today.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Joe and Jet performed Bad Reputation for
Moxley. No, wait, no, that was Ronda Rousey. I'm sorry.
Ronda Rousey. Limp Bizkit was cool, but I don't think it sounded great.
No, yeah, I agree.
And that's the problem with a lot of them. Like Punk's was cool. Who'd he have it? He had it for the Undertaker, right, at WrestleMania, I believe.
Yeah.
In
Living Color, that was really good.
In Living Color, yeah. But a lot of times it just didn't sound great live. I don't know why. Like a lot of times I don't know.
There was that one time that Shinsuke Nakamura came out and the dude was playing the violin to his song. It was fucking awesome. It was I don't even know who the dude was, but
yes,
man, it was fucking cool. I was like, oh, this is so sick right now.
And then they kind of screwed it up for a while too with his song. I felt like,
Not a big fan.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Deaf Rebel ruining it for everybody.
Yeah, Deaf Rebel. What's your favorite pay-per-view or PLE or whatever of the year? Not like your favorite all the time, but just what's your favorite one to watch?
I'd probably say the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I like the Royal Rumble. I like that there's always some sort of element of you don't know exactly who's going to win.
Right.
You always have your favorites. WrestleMania can be a letdown to me sometimes. Nobody knows that we were a small time podcast back then, but I was not a big fan of I wasn't a big fan of the main event. I like the outcome, but the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns main event I wasn't a big fan of.
Yeah.
Royal Rumbles are fun. The other matches sometimes fall short, but the Royal Rumbles are always fun. What do you got?
I think Royal Rumble's the most exciting one for sure. Yeah. That's what we kind of look. Sometimes it ends up being lackluster, but just because you never know who's going to come out, and it's a surprise a lot of times. And
I feel like it's a letdown sometimes because they had all those years where there was surprise entrance, and then
Right.
like now if there's not surprise entrance, people are like, "We didn't even get any fucking surprises." It's like, bro,
Yeah. And it's
we
all
knew.
about how they do the surprises. Like, they're not going to win for the
Right.
most of the time. And then sometimes if they do, it kind of sucks if they
Yeah.
do win and they're a surprise.
People like lose their minds on the internet. Did you see Taka Michinoku came back in the 2023 Rumble? It was amazing. It's like, buddy.
And I don't like seeing people come out last and win either.
Yeah, no, me neither. No,
Yeah.
no, I don't like people coming out first and winning.
No?
No.
It's kind of, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have that
Yeah.
than the other, I guess. But it kind of takes away from it or makes it unrealistic, I guess. It's just like, yeah, how many times can it happen? The odds are against you.
Yeah. Yeah. The luck of the draw.
Yeah, the luck of the draw. Oh,
Remember
apparently
when?
P. Diddy performed in WWE once.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. I bet they erased that episode offline.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder who had to blow him for him to be on that one.
What's your favorite WrestleMania of all time?
X7.
Yeah.
Don't even have to ask. WrestleMania X7 was fucking phenomenal, top to bottom. We had one of those VHS tapes when we were kids.
Yeah.
And, gotta be my favorite.
I like that one, and I also liked what's the one with Mike Tyson?
Oh, that's 14.
14 Madison Square Garden. Yeah.
Oh, the dumpster match was on that one.
Yeah.
That was The Rock versus Ken Shamrock, I think, for the Intercontinental title. That was actually a really good WrestleMania too.
Yeah.
I think it was
just small. They were smaller back then too. Like that was, I mean, it was in Madison Square Garden. It was still big, but like the entrance and all that stuff, and like
I liked. Was it 22 or 23 when was that the one Rey Mysterio won in the triple threat, and then they had maybe it was a different one because they had that was Edge and Mick Foley in the hardcore match.
Oh, okay.
That was good.
Yeah.
X7, it's hard to top. I mean, you had the hardcore match with Kane, Big Show, and Raven. Then you had the TLC 2.
Stole the show. It didn't steal the show, but it did. Like it's yeah.
Jericho and Regal was the opening match or something for the Intercontinental title, and it was just that was a fucking banger. But it gets lost in the card, you know.
Didn't they have like the battle royal with all the old?
Yes, the gimmick battle royal.
Yes, like there was it was so good. And then the theme music, we've already spoke about the theme music before. Just like the video packages, like Stone Cold and The Rock, like
hard to top that one.
Yeah.
I got one more for you here.
Oh, okay.
I got two more, but we'll just do it. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But dream match against anyone alive or not, whatever. Who would your dream match be? Top all time.
Top all time. Jesus.
Anybody alive or dead?
I put CM Punk in it.
I know
just
you
to
would.
be an asshole. Just to be an asshole. Yeah.
I know you would. Against Colt Cabana?
Yeah, definitely. Nah, I'm gonna go Stone Cold and CM Punk, but CM Punk from 2011 or 12. 2012 CM Punk, the one that went up against The Rock and told him that his arms are too short to box with God. I want to see him go face to face with Stone Cold in the ring from Stone Cold from fucking 2001, 99 maybe, 98, I don't know. Stone Cold probably eat him alive. Honestly, you know, but
I'm gonna go Rowdy Piper, go figure.
Yeah.
And MJF.
Ooh. That'd be great too.
Just imagine the mic, like on the mic, like leading up to the match. The match could suck. Just everything they would do leading up to it would be great.
Oof. MJF, Bret Hart.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Or even MJF, even Roddy Piper and CM Punk.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Of course, yeah. Yeah, we were lucky we got CM Punk and The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yep. That
That
was
was
actually a
good.
really good match too. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
stole the show somewhat. Uh, who's the most overrated wrestler currently? This is coming
oh,
from an AI. Yeah.
AI told us that. You know what's funny? My last question I have on my list is who is the most overrated wrestler of all time? So it's funny how we got to this point.
Of all time, jeez.
Currently, geez,
It's got to be
uh,
somebody that's like a champion or like
yeah,
pushed,
most
right?
overrated right now is probably, I hate to do it, but like Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. With how she's kind of booked, I guess.
no hate, but Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
sucks in the ring. She's, I understand the whole
Yeah.
storyline, but she sucks in the
Right.
ring. She says right.
Fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah, those are my top two. Jay Uso, I think, is very overrated.
Yeah. He needs to be in his tag
Hate me in the
team.
comments. He just doesn't do it for me. He's got all the hype and the charisma and stuff, but bell to bell, I just can't. I'm not a big fan.
LA Knight?
What
No.
the fuck?
Just joking. Just joking.
You can't say that. Not because you can't talk, but because I won't let you.
I won't let ya. Yeah. That's his thing now.
No, this thing,
And
I
it
hit
should
it
be.
and quit it.
Yeah.
I hit it and quit it. Oh man, so good.
We know how he gets down. God
He
damn.
hits it and quits
Yeah,
it. Bro.
yeah,
He don't
yeah.
give a fuck. He don't
He
even
be
take off the
swiping.
sunglasses for it.
He's swiping right all day, hitting it and quitting it. Every
Jesus.
different one every night of the week. Hitting
Yeah.
it, quit. Yeah,
You
hitting,
dog,
quitting
LA.
it. I won't let ya.
Won't
Yeah.
let ya.
Oh man, so good, so good. Oh, that's fun. Fun questions. Fun episode.
Wait, you didn't say your most
Everybody.
overrated all time.
Oh, of all time, Jesus. Mm, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I was gonna go that way.
Yeah, I think he's overrated.
I would say Goldberg.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely Goldberg. Definitely Goldberg. Batista, just like we were talking about. Batista.
The boomer hate's gonna get to me, but Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of say that in a way because, like nowadays, it wouldn't stand the test of time
Yeah.
of how it is, but gotta respect what it was at the time, I guess, too.
Yeah, he brought a lot of eyes to wrestling, but again, bell to bell, like wrestling,
Yeah,
he couldn't do much.
yeah,
He looked like a burnt hot dog.
right. There's a lot of wrestlers that there was time, like honestly, like I didn't give a shit about CM Punk in 2011 or whenever he came to WWE. I was not a CM Punk fan at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said CM Punk like then. Somebody tried telling me about him then. I was like, no. He said he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
He sucks. This is stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand any of it. Yeah. Yeah. Not till
Nice.
I didn't become a CM Punk fan till 2017, 2018. He wasn't even wrestling. That's when he became my favorite wrestler.
He was so good. There was that one Royal Rumble when he was doing the Straight Edge Society
Yeah.
that like he would throw out people and just start preaching to the crowd, and like the next person
Yeah.
would come out and he'd throw them out and just keep preaching to the crowd. I was like, my
Back
God,
to business. Yeah. Yeah.
this guy's a fucking legend, man.
Yeah. It's a shame I didn't appreciate him while he was there then. But there was a lot of wrestlers I didn't appreciate at the time, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Just like this episode, you all didn't appreciate it while you listened to it, and now it's gone.
Now it's gone. Yeah. Yeah.
What are some of your fun questions you would like to ask or answer? Let us know in the comments. We appreciate it. Thank you, RJ, for hanging out, bro. You came in clutch, bro. Like, man, oh man.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Maybe we'll see them. Maybe we won't. If any of these questions and how you feel about them and what your opinions are on them. What's your biggest dream match ever?
Ooh, that's exciting.
Alive or dead, past or here. Throw it all together. If you could make a faction, who would it be? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, maximum of like 4 people. We'll,
20.
Don't make a 26 person fucking faction. I do not want to read that. But this was cool hanging out. We decided, like last night, we just kind of decided to do something like this, do something different. We don't go live. We usually do reviews, but we had time to kind of hit on some other subjects. If there's other subjects you want to hear, let us know and we will cover them when we have time.
Yeah, definitely. It was fun while it lasted. Y'all already know.
This lasted longer than I do.
That's pretty deadly, Jesse. I'm Andrew, Kombat Jones, and this has been the Ringside Renaissance Rapid Fire. And all y'all, come on, just for one time.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
And if you don't,
Yeah!
What?
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
come on now. You already know. Yeah,
Just do a whole episode with sound bites one time.
just sound bites. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and coming to the live or watching the replay. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. We'll try to do it again. All right. Once again, this has been the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Rapid Fire.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
Peace.